Hi guys, welcome back to another awesome video. My name is Noks and I'm back again with the tips that will make your life a little bit easier when looking for a job and in the workplace. Okay, and if it's your first time here, welcome. There's a red subscribe button, go ahead and press it. And guys, you can follow me on Instagram at NoksMrsD. Okay, let's get into the business of today. Guys, today I want us to talk about one skill that is very important in the workplace. And okay, this skill is important everywhere, but this video I'm gonna try and base it mostly about the workplace. Okay, and this skill is communication. Okay, communication is one skill that is very important. I call this the secret ingredient to an effective workplace or teamwork, or okay. And the reason why communication is one of the most challenging skills, and without this skill being good or worked on or trying to perfect it, you're going to realize that there's going to be a lot of conflict. And this is because we are raised differently, we come from different walks of life, and we all handle life and situations differently, and we all believe communication should be at a certain level, certain degree, and some of us don't feel like communicating, and we just want to walk into work with our mouth shut, do what we think we need to do, and bye Felicia, I'll see you the following day. And that becomes a bit of a challenge because you cannot function without some level of communication. Okay, so I'm gonna share things that we can all start working on and maybe look at and pay attention to sort of easy or make workplace a bit more enjoyable. Guys, we do spend a lot of time at work, and it's important that we do things, or we try work on things that will make us at least not like you would prefer being at work over being home. Like, I know I'd rather be home with the boys, right, than being at work. But there are things that I know that I need to do to make sure that the workplace or workspace becomes a bit more welcoming, more okay, if you get what I'm saying. All right, so one thing that I always believe in is you need to try to be a human being that is full of respect, a human being that is friendly. Okay, and I'm saying this because when you get to the workplace, you then realize that we're really different, right? We're raised differently, and communication would that skill would shine the most, and that's when you realize we are different. I could be coming from a home where I know that in the morning when I come into the office, I greet people. Some people was just walking like, or even if they do greet, the face is just so long and they're not in the mood. And that has a major way of affecting the team, the workspace that you are in, because no one wants to speak to a person with a long face. And I'm saying this because I've worked in places where when someone is not in a good space or they're going through a lot, they sort of communicate, and I'm like, wow, this is great. Like, let's say you are going through whatever you are going through. Remember, we're at work, we're not friends, you're not supposed to sort of say so much. But when I say be a human being, friendly and work with respect, I'm saying if you work with people and the last time they saw you, you were okay and bubbly, it's okay, it's your life. But I mean, it's sort of not okay-ish to just decide the next day you're gonna walk in with a long face and you're not gonna sort of communicate and say anything. Remember, communication, it's there for easy flow and understanding. So there's nothing wrong with saying, guys, I just feel a bit off today, or I'm just dealing with a lot in life. So if you see me wanting my space or focusing on myself more and not being aware, just know that I'm going through a lot. I have so much respect for people that are able to communicate with people around them at work, because the people at work, they're not your friends, but those are the people you spend so much time with. I mean, if you start work at 9 and you finish at 5, you are that 8 hours you are in their faces, you are in each other's faces. So people that are able to communicate, I think that's one thing that we need to learn. Another thing with communication which makes it more difficult is we tend not to be good listeners, right? And if someone comes to you whether there's an issue or they have a suggestion or they just want to talk about something that can help the team, we focus more on what we think because we seem to know them, we think they are saying, instead of just taking a moment and listen. And listening as a skill, we forever working on it. Hi, Noks. I'm working on that as well, and I know other people are also working on that. So in the comment section, if there's a skill that you're working on in communication and how it has impacted in the workplace, and things that you do at work to sort of communicate and how it has helped the team work effectively, or the whole office or the whole company, please on the comment section. And if there's anything that you want to share, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. So guys, when we're talking about communication, another thing that is, as I was saying about listening, is when someone is communicating to you and you have to listen, your mindset has to be in a place where you are just open for communication. Most of the time people come to us and they say something and we immediately just block, and that means we are just narrow-minded to whatever they are saying, or you can't communicate like this, and we're not as open to allow the space and say, let me hear you out and let me see if I'm getting what you are saying, so that we can communicate further. Another thing with communication that becomes a problem is we use different methods at work. You can communicate with someone face to face, you can give them a call, you can drop them a WhatsApp these days, you can drop them an email most of the time, which is more effective and seem as professional. And I'm saying this seem as professional because emails seem to have some, because there's always proof, you can always go back, and especially senior people, they like this email thing because they can always go back and refer and say, Nox, we spoke about this a month ago, and this is the email, and they will pull emails. They're pulling archives and they say, hey, listen, we spoke about this and it doesn't look like there's any improvement and things like that. But another very weird thing when it comes to emails is you'll find that there's an issue that could have been solved better, but we tend to use the method that is not effective. You find that there's an issue, just a small issue that could have been a face-to-face, please come to the office, hey, what's going on about 1, 2, 3, and the person can then verbally answer you right there on the spot, and this could be solved and by issues like that. But you find people that like drafting emails, and on the emails, what's weird is then you'll see them starting to copy people that are not part of the issue. That would copy the CEO, your boss, and the boss of your boss. Right? And for me, somehow it's sort of, not that it doesn't have respect, but sometimes the method that is being used is really unnecessary and shady, if I may put it like that. Okay? And you just feel like, okay, you could have called me, you could have called me to the office, you could have called me on the phone, and we solve this without it getting there. So it's very important to fully understand the method. Is there a need? Why using that method? Is it effective? Because we communicate, so there's understanding and we can work easy. So the method that you are using, is it the best method? Is it not dragging issues or sort of involving too many issues where else it could have been something that is sorted there? Sometimes the issues, they really can't work face to face, especially when it's like so much issues like emotional issues where someone acted a way that is not right. You just maybe want to draft down, because if you call the person, we tend to be very defensive most of the time and we don't listen, and it hinders the communication skill that needs to be present every day in the workplace, because you are working with people and somehow you have to communicate with them, whether you like it or not. All right. Another thing is, it's very important, right? Get straight to the point. There are people that just like, they wouldn't just get straight to the point, like, why are we here? What do you want to say? Like, your communication needs to be very clear. You must know the main point. What exactly are you here? Get straight to the point without trying to make up some stories or tell things that you are not there. Like, you make people want to listen and they are not sure. And when there's no understanding, then communication is not as effective, or it didn't do what it's supposed to do. Because when you communicate, especially when it's face-to-face, or when you're drafting, whatever method that you are using, get straight to the point and make sure the person hears and gets what you say. And to make sure you can do that, you always want to double check with people. Like, okay, you go back and refer and just make sure that what you said to them is what they got. Because sometimes you say something and the person doesn't receive it like that. So I try and always double check that, are we still on the same boat? Like, are we understanding each other the same way? Are you getting what I'm saying from the angle that I'm saying it? Because guys, you can say one thing and the person just interprets it somehow, or they don't fully get what you are saying. So there's nothing wrong with over communicating. I love people that over communicate. I think these are the best people, and they understand that not everything you say will be received the same way. So when you over communicate, it's like you are just double checking, double tapping, and see if people are really understanding what you are saying from the angle that you are saying it at. Okay. And I find those people are the best people ever, and we can always learn a lot from people that over communicate, because they're trying to make sure that they are clear. And one of the very important things about communication is making sure that you are clear. I'll see you guys on another awesome video.